If you're injured in New York and think your settlement is just about hospital bills, you're already leaving money on the table. Behind every payout, 5 hidden factors most victims never hear about until it's too late. In the next few minutes, I'll explain to you exactly how liability percentages, injury thresholds, and even your own insurance can swing your case from 5 figures to 7 figures. Don't let an adjuster decide your worth. This video can mean the difference between a rush check and a real compensation check. I'm Brett Harrison, a New York personal injury attorney who has battled plenty of insurance giants for real wins and real money. Everything you're about to hear comes straight from real courtrooms, actual statutes, and hard-won negotiations. My promise to you, no fluff, no scare tactics, just real words, just the blueprint I use to make multi-million-dollar carriers cough up their money. Are you ready? Let's unlock the first factor. Factor 1, liability. Who owns the blame? Picture a drunk driver who blasts through a red light and smashes your car. This is crystal clear negligence, and its settlement, rocket fuel. But what if you were also glancing at your GPS or speeding or even using your cell phone? Welcome to New York's comparative negligence rule. The good thing about New York's being a comparative negligence state is even if you're 90% at fault, you can still recover 10% of your losses. Here's an example. One of my clients recently sustained serious injuries in a T-bone accident. Due to the insurance company setting liability at 50-50, instead of being awarded the entire policy of $25,000, he was only awarded $12,500. A second example shows the power of percentages. My client Chris was driving home from his job as a New York City public school teacher when a vehicle ran a red light and struck his vehicle. The insurer claimed Chris was partly at fault because there was no proof that their insured ran the red light. We uncovered dash cam footage of the accident, clearly showing their insured running the red light. Now, that single video boosted the offer by thousands. Liability battles are won with paperwork, photos, videos, and fast detective work. Not wishful thinking, not just holding your hands out saying, I hope they see the real truth in this. Factor 2, severity. How badly were you hurt? 2 rear-ended crashes, 2 drivers, one walks away with bruises, the other fractures a vertebra and suffers a brain bleed. Their collision looked identical. Yet the second claim could settle for 50 times more because catastrophic injuries pile up economic and non-economic losses. ICU, ER bills, months of rehab, home medications, lost wages, and lifelong pain. I can go on, but those are the key ones there. New York's auto serious injury threshold is the gatekeeper. Fractures, significant disfigurement, dismemberment, or 90 days of substantial disability open the door to sue for both pain and suffering. Severe injuries include invisible ones. Clients with traumatic brain injuries often look fine in quick chats, yet struggle with memory, mood swings, and crippling fatigue. Neuropsych tests, MRI diffusion scans, and spouse testimony translate those symptoms into dollars. Factor 3, life impact. What did that injury steal? You know, pain isn't measured by x-rays, it's measured by stolen birthdays, derailed careers, Sunday morning jogs. A broken wrist to a concert pianist is worth far more than the same fracture to a desk worker. Jurors instinctively get that, and insurers know it. New York places no cap on pain and suffering awards, so we paint vivid pictures, video diaries showing the struggles to tie shoelaces, testimony from coaches, co-workers, and spouses, even time-stamped social posts proving how active you were before the accident. Courts also weigh future dreams. A 19-year-old dance student who loses ankle mobility faces decades of missed auditions. While a 50-year-old accountant with the same injury, they may keep working. No, not the same effect of the ankle injury as it was to the dancer to the accountant. Life care planners and economists convert those differences into spreadsheets jurors trust. They give them blackboard numbers, and that's what jurors want to see. Factor 4, insurance limits. How much money is on the table? You know, they say you can't squeeze orange juice from a pebble. New York drivers are only required to carry a minimum $25,000 per person in bodily injury coverage. If a minimum policy motorist cripples you or severely injures you, that limit may be all you ever see, unless you stacked uninsured, underinsured coverage on your own policy or the defendant owns attachable assets. Compare that with commercial defendants. A delivery company's box truck may carry $1 million policy or more, and municipalities often self-insure with virtually unlimited reserves, making full value settlements possible. Never assume the first policy you see is the last. Doctors carry surplus layers, trucking companies insure the cab and trailer separately, and building owners keep both property and operations coverage. Systematically demanding certificates, tender letters, and umbrella schedules uncovers hidden money and hidden policies. I once stacked 3 policies: a liability policy for the driver of the at-fault vehicle, a liability policy for the owner of the at-fault vehicle, and the SUM policy on the host vehicle my clients were passengers in. To build a $250,000 fund where only on its surface $25,000 seemed available. Factor 5, evidence and lawyering. Can you prove every dollar? Facts win cases, but only when they're packaged by a lawyer prepared for trial. Think of evidence as currency. The cleaner it is, the higher its exchange rate with the insurer. In other words, the higher the value. Police reports, drone photography, 911 audio, black box downloads, ring video, electronic medical records, and biomechanical experts. Each piece tightens the financial noose on the insurance company. We treat every file like it's headed to a jury. Depositions captured in 4K, medical illustrations rendered in 3D, focus groups that stress test our weakest link. Send a spoliation letter within days to lock down data or evidence before routine destruction erases your leverage and the evidence. Technology amplifies proof. We've used cell phone data to contradict a defendant's testimony that he was not using his cell phone during the time of the accident. Fitbit logs to show heart rate spikes after impact, and 3D printing to hand jurors a replica of a shattered vertebrae. High-tech exhibits don't just inform, they persuade. And that persuasion converts into higher settlement numbers. Quick action plan. 60 seconds to boost your case. 1. Photograph or video everything from skid marks to prescription bottles. 2. See a doctor within 24 to 72 hours, even if you feel fine. Delays scream minor injury. 3. Keep a handwritten pain journal. Contemporaneous notes carry courtroom credibility. 4. Save every receipt, rides to physical therapy, over-the-counter braces, even grab bars you install at home. 5. Stay off social media. Defense lawyers screenshot faster than you can delete. They have investigators as well to look for this type of evidence against you. Why most cases settle? Roughly 95% of New York injury claims resolve before trial because juries are unpredictable and litigation is expensive. Settle doesn't have to mean settle cheap. When the 5 factors stack in your favor, a settlement can fund lifelong care or educational dreams. When they don't, you could walk away with pennies. Information is leverage, and you now hold the blueprint. Here's a quick cheat sheet. A, lock down liability. B, prove severity. C, showcase life impact. D, locate the deepest pocket. E, build an evidence fortress. Master those levers and you'll negotiate like a pro instead of gambling on gut feelings. If this was helpful, click right now where I break down wrongful death settlements in New York and show families how to avoid insurance traps. I'm Brett Harrison. Knowledge is power. Documentation is leverage. Timing is everything. Stay safe, stay informed, sign nothing until you know your worth. Now, if you thought personal injury claims were tricky, wrongful death cases in New York are a whole different battlefield, and one wrong move can cost you and your family millions. In the next video, I'll show you exactly how to stack evidence, uncover hidden policies, and protect your family's future. Don't leave their legacy to chance. Click now before another deadline slips by.